Sensei, Yogi, greetings. How is everyone doing today, this morning? Here it is about 33 degrees. I wanted to come on because I haven't been on for a while, so let's catch up on some stuff. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Elder Medicine Bear Claw. I am here to give you the message or the wisdoms or the stories that I had since I was 5 years old. So, everyone, good morning, greetings. I hope all is well. A's, greetings. Sensei, yes, hi, hi. Richard, Mr. Rizzo, many blessings to you. Thank you for joining. Also, too, if anyone would like to come on the board and join, there is the code there to come on anyway. I wanted to catch up with everybody and see how everybody's doing. If they have any questions and see what we can all talk. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're not if you're new to the channel, and we will be doing some prayers too. And those who are in need of prayers, I shall pray over you. Now, if you want a private prayer over you, we can come in a Zoom meeting or Messenger if you feel that it needs to be private. But if you have information that you'd like me to help you with, that too. Blazer, Sensei, greetings, my love. Greetings, greetings. I need to get myself situated here. Okay. Now, I love the bear and Native Americans also. I, I. It is tradition, and many of us have indigenous natives. It's just what percentage. Well, myself, I am Full. Got it from both sides of family, and I'm very gifted, and I'm glad that I am gifted with my traditions and my culture, and able to give a helping hand to others. So there are those who do go out, investigate what's in Mother Earth, what has our Father, the Creator, has given Mother Earth to allow to them to explore. So it is important to know where and why. Sensei, Marcy, many blessings, my love. Thank you for coming. Hi. You know, I have, speaking of Comanche, up in Arizona, my son is a wild horse firefighter. And he tells me when he came to help out here in California, he was speaking in native tongue and telling the Satangas, Shapu, Bigfoots. Go further out. My mother has spoken and said, go further out. If so, go more to the right where she is. There is a big warehouse for safety. I left all doors open, both sides, for them to come and go. He says there wasn't really no animals hurt or burned. He says maybe the smaller ones, but we all know how forest is the wild in the forest or the mountains in the woods. So, um, my son was gifted where an area to go and find things. And I asked him if you go upper and over the into the valley, there should be a cave and you can dig. But remember, you need to smudge yourself, say the prayers, ask the Creator and Mother Earth to allow you. But also you need to ask the Sapanas because they protect the mountain, and he did. So this is how I got my images. And this is what I had made. These are the large ones. He was grabbing, tripping off, and he had said they are so beautiful. I'm very jealous. He took the dark one, and I said that's okay. He says I'm gonna wire it up, and I'm gonna put it on my belt. I said good. So we're we're proud of our firefighters and forest fires, and it's important that we all tend to them and appreciate them because many felt that they weren't important. They are as important as we live. I told my son, I pray over you and your brothers. So always try your best to help the creatures, the animals, because they live amongst us. Some people are just starting to notice what is around. So, and yes, in different ways, we do a lot of weeding. Like my earrings, I still have much sets, or if you want to get singles. I don't know. Turquoise is my favorite. It's also ground with Mother Earth, and it's very important that we do keep in touch. Oh my gosh, this keeps sliding off. Marcy, Sanse, my love. You make things that men will wear Monday. I have different. I do the chokers, like I had shared. I do the chest plate too. Um, I also do the earrings that are just the turquoise. See, in our in my culture, the men wear them too, but not as long like this. They'll wear the seashell, or they'll wear the bone, or a turquoise, just like straight down. Let's see. I have a certain two package I need to go out, and I had given away a set. So the men do wear these. There we go. That's the men in our culture do. And I was selling these, but I decided to give a gift. Since, I guess people are still having hard times, and I understand that. So I decided that, since my business wasn't really going out again, I said I will just gift them. And those that have purchased, I also give them something else along with it. JP, thank you for coming. Okay. Um, I will show you this. I wasn't planning to come and do, but it's a fun. It's fun. It's what makes us all enjoyable. Share the video. Let others see. Um, I had made quite a few of these, and this is the choker too. And this is the pink shisha. They were something big and round or small like this, and they were on the ears. And this is the choker here. And then um, OSCT, Harold and Christy, he has one of my chokers that I had made out of elk bone. So, and a lot of the men do wear these here, just as well as the females. Many of them ask, well, how much are you for purchase? Are they? This is where my my tribe says you're letting them go too much because they go up to 400, 300 to $600 for the chokers. I don't do that. I don't want to hurt anybody. I said, well, it's, I pray over as I'm making it until someone has purchased. I will pray over that name of the person's name in that choker, just like I do the bags. So I want to be able to bring more strength and positive and very power energy for you. I hear that you guys are having storms there. Hi, hi, Marcy. Thank you. Now, I also wanted to let you know, besides um, I finally, this already set in. This is like neuropathy for your fingers, elbows, shoulders. Um, it's already set. So it smells good. I finished doing the muscle cream and pain that you can use. And this was Bob and Maddie's. So what I have in it is grapeseed oil, beeswax, sea butter, cloves, clapperin, fennel, frankincense, lemongrass, rosemary, turmeric, and wild orange and wintergreen seed in this. It takes quite a long time to make it, and then to make sure I have it where it's set to make it hard and not able to melt. I know I was using the smaller um, phosphorus, but it was also, people were telling me it's still a little oily, and that's what it's supposed to be, like an oil. It comes into a cream and it goes into an oil, but not this one. The neuropathy, and I even use it for myself. I use it. My husband's a diabetic. He has a sciatica, and I use this on his hip, go all the way down, and massage it. He enjoys it, and then the cream, it is with turmeric, and it has turmeric, um, bee wax. It has chamomile oil in it. It also has funnel. These are where I had to let it dry to grind it, and then I put honey in it, grind it, and then I mix it together with the stuff. Then I mix it and allow it to boil. So I have to keep stirring and stirring. And those creams, it's like a shea butter. I'll say it like that. And it's good for your pain, just as well as the neuropathy um, that I have made. The muscle cream helps take away the pain. Same thing with this one. Um, so, each of them, it's the ingredients that I do with all natural plants that I grow, and then I hang them up in my shed, which is my little dome, my little like office. You guys will say to me, we call it kwahai. It's our treasure of housing to make the things that's necessary from Mother Earth. And every time I make it, I go out, I dig a little hole, and I put my feet between the hole, and I put down tobacco in there. And I pray and I say, I give you thanks. I honor you with the things you have given me. So I can make others people feel unhurt, relax. Because you don't you're we go to these doctors and they want to give us medicine for different kinds. And it's a lot of chemicals. I really don't like to take them, but I have no choice. My kids and my husband says, I want you to be here on the take that pill. I don't like. It's such a big hard horse pill, and my my daughter told me one time, she says, Mom, can you make like something for sleep, like in a gummy form? I'm not into that, but I tried, and it did help. Now, I told her, don't ask me to make them again, because I don't know really if I can make a lot. And she says, well, I took your 2 bottles of Kotzer. My mason jars? She says, yes, Mom, I'm sorry. She goes, I will give you something. I know how it is with you. And I won't know. It's not how it is. It's just that I keep it one jar for emergency in case someone needs something. So I always try. But again, Jackie, hello. How are you, Betsy? Okay. Now, you all have seen the cream in my crystals. Um, I love them. think I did a really good job. I did a different wiring this time. My bestie, Jackie, she has one. All my children have one. My son has one, but it's a little one. And now that he's found a real deep purple one of the amethyst in the mountains in Arizona, I told him to send it to me. Please send me a few. And I'll pray over them and wire them up. And whoever can purchase them, they can purchase it. It's $45. And if you do want to purchase one, you can just let me know. Ship it out. They're not very heavy. I can put different string colors with different leathers, and things will be okay. If you like it, you can let me get a hold of me. I do want to say that I wish everyone a very blessed morning, and I would like to know if anyone has any questions they need to ask and see if I could help. So I know everyone, and I felt this for the past couple of days. There's people that are trying to reach out, but not understanding how, and the prayers that they need. I will say this: there is no shame of reaching out, and it's important that we do pray. I do not force no one. And I don't want anyone to feel that they're liable to for praying. But I'm saying I enjoy praying. I love praying over for you because prayers are very powerful, and we want to make sure that we all understand that the Creator and Mother Earth, they like to feel the prayers. They feel that if you are going to go out in the field and you're going to investigate in the forest or the woods and trying to understand many things, believe me, some people don't believe in praying as they enter. But as soon as you park your car, the satangas and the other beautiful creatures, they know. They will say, they will say, human coming. And they'll hear you pray and talk or just talk. And I believe many people, if it's too loud, I enjoy it, but I just don't want to over talk the music. It's I should have asked earlier. I'm sorry for interrupting my conversation with you. But if you can let me know if it's too loud or if the flute is over, I'm trying to talk over the flute. So that way I could turn it a little bit more down. Hi, thank you. Um, the last time I came on and I felt some presence that they were mislead in something. And I hope that whoever, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I hope they understand that I'm not pressuring anybody. My goal is to help you search for what you're looking for. That is between the Satangas, the dog man, and all creatures. I will say this: And I will say it out loud, and I will say it very proudly. Yes, there is a female dog. I was asked 4 times already, are you positive? Do you know? Yes, I am most positive. And this is why I end up having disagreement with council or different tribal members from the older elders that do communicate with me. They say I give too much information. And I said, you know what? I don't live on the res. I don't have to go with the rules that are there because I live on the outside. And there's many of us that do live on the outside because we want to fulfill our heart, our goals. And yes, we do help each tribal all over the world to gather information, to keep it in the ledger that we guide with, and to understand that to share our wisdom, our investigation, our knowledge to those American people. Yes, I do know my laws because I had studied for the attorney for our culture and also making medicine as I was younger and going to school at the same time. So I want to continue on. My journey is to share and give the guidance that is necessary for those who want to learn and understand. I do not pressure nobody. I do not tell them they have to accept, but it's you willing to understand what I've done, seen, and it's to help you down your journey. Now, there are many others that don't understand the Bigfoots, the giants, the village people, which are the little people, the, the fairies. We all have keepers that we tend to. They have been here over a billion of years. It's just that now people are like catching little things and they're like, did I just see that or not? Or the corner of your eye and say, I thought I seen something run across.
Did you see the bear claw coming?
Yeah, my husband said, did you see the bear fall? A big bear? He's not the bear, I am. I tell him he's a cub. Oh, agreed. Keeper's knowledge is need to share. If not, no one learns. Exactly, Blazer. And believe me, many of my council colleagues tell me, ni neste, why, no, ni inesko ko na kai. Kako, niko, na ko nishti, neko na makai ne desto. In other words, they're saying you're giving more of our culture out in our business where other people don't need to know many information of mountains. That is all our journey. That's okay. I said, it's mine that I speak of, not of yours, not of ours, but mine, my journey. And yes, if it happens to give out those who seek to want to know, then I'm going to give it. There is many elders that and I we clash. Oh, believe me, I respect them. I'm 63, and they're in. I think the youngest of them. I'm the youngest, but the next step one is she's 88, and I do have a lot of ones behind me, other elders that stand with me and say, yes, allow her. we had put her in a position to go in the field, to understand what there is with Mother Earth, and to continue to give information for our ledgers, along with the other people for the journey. So different tribals get a little upset, and that's okay. I told them that's your opinion, but I too want to continue to learn more. They say if you are the one that gives the information, that shared that information that was forbidden, you know what can happen. I've always crossed that line, believe me. There's not a day that I want to get back out in the field and do some investigation. I enjoy that. I love to hug the tree. I hug my trees. I ask them, what is it that you need? Do you need some of my energies? And I hug them. My plants, I talk to them. I play music for them, different kinds of music. My husband says, you're one of the kind that no one will ever can take. But he's honored to have me. We have been high school sweethearts for many, many years. And he's allowed me to travel without him. But he has known that the journey I have taken already before him. He loves to see me dance, the jingle dance, the swift dance. He likes to see me behind the men playing the drums and yell out, la, 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 and then we continue on in a higher tone as the drums go harder. But I always have continued my journey with Mother Earth. Sometimes my other colleagues was telling me, the other council members, why do you go barefoot? Because I'm part of Mother Earth. I wear my boots, yes. I carry them, I put them on my little backpack, and I continue walking barefoot, not with socks, barefoot. They say, don't hurt. No. But my feet are soft. I will always continue to do what I need to know. And this is how I share with those who want to know, that to have their journey investigating out there. Now, yes, we did lose a very good colleague that loved to investigate. And this is why I also say that when you go out, pinpoint, mark it. But you got to remember too, they can move them. So you have to have like a secondary pinpoint from the first one. And when we lost him, the moon was shiny, but not enough. So it is very important that we do scout during the day, so that when we do come at night, when the activity is very, very powerful, and we do search and we walk and we remember how the path was, instead of going in circles. But he did slip and fall, and we kept praying over the family. Now his name will carry on. Edmund, I would say his first name, Edmund. He was a very good colleague, very good friend of mine. We were very strong together, investigating many things. I believe we were the second ones to know what an it looks like when we were with Mama Rainfeather. We John Burkle. Edmund, myself, Leonard, I won't say his last name. Um, right now, he's in trying to be released. We had Riding Bull, but he's a character. That man is a character. There was 10 of us in one group. And when we were over at Navajo Res, we were trying to understand what the chief was saying. He was saying that sacred things come down, and many stock has been gone, smelling of death. So we we all gather together and we do a lot of investigating. So there's many memories that we were talking about on a Zoom meeting and enjoying each other as some has shed tears and some sat quiet as we were having our Zoom meeting. And I spoke and I said, "But those who speak their tongue now, forever, you will hold it. But we need to honor this man and share him with the world. Because many people might heard about him, or they might not. But at least we can speak of him, and his memory will carry on with all other investigations. This man has gone more out to find what else his journal that he kept. We all exchange and then put righteous on the ledger for tribal nation. That means all different tribal. But it's important that we do. And this is why I say I honor and prayers. Many of those who know me, Elder Medicine Bearclaw, they do call me Mama Bearclaw. They call me Grandma. And I'm honored that many people do that. I'm the one that loves to reach out to make sure that you're are prayed over and you have a say. You have things that you don't control, and allow me to help you. You know, there is nothing wrong in doing that and to teach others. Roger, Tansei, greetings. Thank you for joining. I agree with you, birthday change. Right. That freaked me out. Thought of those walk through. You'll be surprised, my love. Many, many ghosts walk among this earth. Mother Earth has so many different spirits running around and trying to understand. And people are wanting to make a group of paranormal so they can go investigate. Remember, when you're using that VIP, whatever you call it, you're allowing, it's like a portal. If you do it every day, it takes the energy away from you. You need rest. If you're out 3 days doing that, you're going to need 3 days rest in between those times. You need to cleanse yourself and to make sure you're not allowing nothing to attach to you. It is important because that too can follow you home and can unsettle your home base. It's important. Many people freak out. Well, why do you have a black stone in your windows because I don't want the bad energy to come in where there's good energy. And if it does come in, like how you open the door and close it, then I will pick it up. And then right away I'm over there. You're not welcome here. You need to leave. And I will open the door and speak. You need to leave. My husband says, "What are you doing?" Why do I go? I feel unsettled guests here and they don't need to be here. If they want to speak with me, they can out the door. They can wait for me there and I can stand there to listen, or I can sit and then have them come to my vision so I can understand what is it that they're unsettled of. We have a lot of relatives that are buried over the years on Mother Earth. Many different, some are called mounds, some are called grave sites, some are just flat and nothing, but when you walk by, you can feel the energy from it. Now, it doesn't mean it's a bad energy. It means that there is an energy that is unsettled there. I believe that these mounds are sacred. They are very important to the dogmans, to the satangas, to our culture. Because, yes, when a human starts digging a mound, I will say this: be careful. Because whatever is there, you're disturbing it. And it will come to you, and you're not going to understand. And each day, something's going to nip at you. And then one day, when you are either unsettled in your mind, you're mad, you're angry, it's going to be a lot more, and it's going to start creeping up, especially if it's a bad entity, because you disturbed it. And sometimes there is something there that shouldn't be open. It's kept there for a reason. Many things that are beyond us that they're not understanding. They say, "Oh, we're going to dig that mound and find what it is." Many researchers have gotten sick over it. And then they come to ask different cultures of our tribal, "Oh, I did reach out. I did not understand. Maybe it is a vampire, or maybe it's a dead dragon, or it's a dead fairy, or it's just like you burying your dog in the backyard, or a cat, a ferret, any kind of creature, animal. It's the same thing. Even like the, how do you say, man line? No. You know how you throw all your garbage in one big mountain, or the waste? Then you put dirt over it, and the trucks go over and over and over. It's the same thing, but they don't know because they're disturbing it. They're rushing what was actually underneath before they bid all that. Excuse me. I do. Okay. Composing. Yeah. Minefields. Is that what they used to say? Um, I did have a relative that worked after him coming out of the service, and he was in the Marines, said that when we would go turn the garbage, the rubbish with dirt, and he kept hearing people talking, but there's no one around him. He told his boss that could he do something else and that someone can do it. He says, no, this is your job. So he had no choice to continue. But he did ask us to pray over him the next day. He says, I want to able to join the circle. So me and 6 other members, the council members, gathered, and we had him lay on the table. And the brush of the plant, we were hitting him, like tapping, all over his body. So that way, whatever was trying to get at him cannot. Now, he says, oh, thank you. The prayers have helped. I appreciate it. He continued on, and he really didn't have any more hearing the people talk. But it is also important that you realize what you are doing. Now, let's get back to the forest and the woods. Many channels go out. They do ask me for advice. And some have stopped. Excuse me. And some has contacted me. Why haven't you gone out? Well, one, I had to take care of some health issues that were in my spine. And then I had a broken leg the next day. So it took me a year. Now I'm just starting to walk more. Now I walk with the limp. So, but it's okay. I'm going back out there. I went out there once, which I shouldn't, but I still do. I told my husband, let's go for a drive. We went out for a drive, and we drove out to the border again where I see my clan. Now my clan there comes here. The clan in Yosemite State Park comes here. They always miss each other, but I can never hear them argue or have a counter fight. No, I don't hear that. I don't allow it here. And they know that I do take care and speak both. I do know one is always with me all the time. Now, when someone asks you, well, how do you know if you had a connection eye to eye, and that's a tanga or a dog, man or female, I contact you that where you have been investigating, or they came close because they're still interested to know you, then you have become a clan member. They will watch over your area. And then say you go and you put a blessing for them. They'll tell you what they'll like and what they don't. They'll put to the side what they don't. So every clan of Ashtanga are different. They're not all the same. They're all the same in body form and different hairs, but I'm saying physically in the food department. They will like this, they don't like that. This is true. When you are had that eye contact, then you are marked. Then they will start watching you. They will protect their area and they will let the clan know. If it's a he or she, will allow, hey, this is one become us. We control the area. Now they can go up, 200 miles that way, 200 miles that way. According to our ledger, now they're furthering out. And we've been watching for the past year. Before I got my surgery from the cancer to be removed, I already knew. Me being out there with a couple colleagues and understanding there are traveling farther. And yes, they do. And yes, they will pick a female up from a different clan. And that's like, this is, I'm taking her now. She belongs to me. She will argue, she would fight. You would hear, "Rawr, rawr, 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 rawr." But it's always going to be at the end positive. Okay, I'll do a example. Say my husband wants me, but another man, and he's trying to fight for me. And that man, he lost, and he go in shame. But see, the females, hold on a second. I don't know that number. They are very, very strong, and they will protect and guard and give only what they want. If they have this person here, she will look at him and say, okay, I go, instead of making a big fuss. Some of them will fight, yes, but it's to come down. Now, this is how they want the children in their clans to grow more and more and get more understanding. How people have their ways with children. It's a different tradition from the clan and the humans. They have been out longer, they live longer. Now, I wish people would not. Somebody will has a question here and there, and I want you to ask that question because I feel that you're a little confused. Ask. Don't be ashamed. Ask. Or if you want to come on here on the board and speak with me, ask. Everybody that I know here is still learning about a Sapanga, the Dogman, the Wingalo, the It, the Swamp Man, the Lizard, the Dragon, the Fairies, the Village People. There's more. There's much more. Even the Star People. I believe someone in here that's it's either just watching or in the community have a question about Star People. If you want to ask, please ask. Blazer, What is 55515? Health and healing and support. Right. It's always important. I know that we have different symbols that we do. Um, Ancestors have put on the mountain, and some people were saying, "Oh, it's the star people," but you got to realize too that when you look at a picture, it's talking about a chief, and it's not a star people, and how they were us, and star people are trying to learn who and what. I try to give the information that I can to others. It goes off of everything has unlimited value. Very true. It's just like my uncle. He says, "You see what show does need to keep that." I agree, Blazer. Yes, my uncle had told me when I was about 10 years old. He says the mountain here you're gonna find a wheel, a wheel. In that world, there's lines going around and around. He says this, and then look like what do you call it? You turn upside down. It has sand. This means time. But then you put a point up there, and it tells you family. Different symbols. The two arrows. And what is the riv? It's water. Water either going up or you see the mountains. It's important for us to understand and teach to our young ones. Other cultures of humans come in, they ask many things. We are almost the same. Yes, we are almost. But I don't back down. You want to know information. I'm trying to give it to you. No coincidence of guidance with through the lifetime. Just be still and quiet. Observe what the answers have to show us. Yes, that's what I did. I watched, I listened, I learned. They tell me when you come, you have to teach the young. And I do. You're in the field. Now they have to learn from you. You teach what we taught you. If you do not listen or obey, then you're left to the side. I don't want to be left to the side. I want to be right in front of you. It's important. Other people don't understand certain things. I do. And as I go on, I will say. And if you have a question then we learn. But since me being held up here and now able to stand to walk more, I'm going to go out and I'm going to explain. I asked my clan, I go, is it necessary that I travel or should I just in my home base and work with the clans here? I will continue on with my journey, believe me. it's important that I give and teach those who are willing to understand what I am gone through or going to help people through it. So the words might not come out the exact because I still have to say it in my language in my head to remember in English. There's times I can, and there's times I'm like trying to remember how to say it because certain people that do watch me or do interact, well, you said it this way and that. Well, I'm trying to put it so you can understand, not just for you, but to all. So, sound like, let me say, is key, open to learn and love. Don't be closed. Many people are closed minded, and even some relatives can be closed minded. I agree. I agree. Many of us have different numbers to know what's what, and each tribe will have the same, and we try to not bring out because then it's getting more. You want to know more. It's in the leisure now. I'm sorry. Please don't take this wrong. American people don't get our ledgers. They do not get that accurate. But there are some that you can read what it is, but other things are kept more sacred, and it's more of those who are willing to continue on. I see a number. Concept. Just there is more than into that. Um, Numbers will come to you in different form. So when if they do come in different form, don't don't get yourself too confused over it. Accept it, and it will automatically you will understand. True, there is not many that will. Even our relatives, they're confused. Why? Why do we get these numbers? Why is it that we're not understanding? When you have many gifts, and then the Father, our Creator, and Mother Earth put image of numbers. Do you get sightings of that? Like you're in the car and you're going and you'll see them, or if you get in a certain area, though you will see certain numbers, and that's telling you, right? Yeah. Remember, the positive always can take out the negative. Negativity is always among us. It comes in different forms. The negativity come in different forms, bad spirits, other little things, and the form in different numbers. So it's where you have to tell yourself in your mind, there I see it what's going out, but I do not want the form of numbers. I You're very right. Many people don't understand it, and they will probably won't. Oh, Samway, you're fine. You're fine. But again, let me ask, Oh, I have a bird that came to my feeder. Sorry. Uh, and it's coming up closer to the window. I love when other feather fan. Ako na ni ma. I'm talking too fast in my mind. I love it when the feather birds, the feather creatures come and they drink and they eat and then they come to the window and they flap their wings and it's like, thank you. Don't say why it is doing this to me. Say what is the lesson. What is it to learn? What is that you want me to understand? Does anyone want to come and join me here on the board? I will put it out. I mean, even if it's just come on, say hi, introduce yourself, or give a little story. Not no big one. Share whatever. There's a link if you want to join. And please don't feel afraid. We're all family here. We all respect each other. That'd be nice. I'm sure they will enjoy that. Okay, Blazer. Now, if any of you are willing, want some cream, like I had mentioned earlier, I still have 6 more. And I only have the 3 still of the amethyst that came from Arizona mountains. Wait, my. And I did different designs on them, if you can see. And then, you know what, maybe, oh, I have a guest that wants to come and she's fixing herself up. This is so lovely. My beautiful friend,
Hi,
Jack.
everybody. Hi. Tanse, everyone.
Greetings, my lovely girl. How are
How is
you?
everybody? I'm good. Can you see me okay?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we see you playing with your hair.
Yeah, it's. Well, I wanted to come on and say hello to everyone and say that I've been absent from our little group chat for a while. I've had some things going on with family and all. I've kept you all in my prayers and just glad to be here. I do have an encounter I could share with you. I have a Zoom call at 2:00, so I can't stay on very long.
That's fine.
When this was probably about, I want to say about 19 years ago, I had an encounter. And it was a beautiful encounter. I was reading about the Trinity River in Texas, where I'm from. And I was so interested in going down the Ghost Mountain Road. And it's 8 miles, straightest road in Texas. And I had heard of the encounters that was going on there. And many years ago, I had read the book. And so I went down there. And I had an awesome time. Give me 1 second. Had an awesome time, found some awesome prints, found a lion, a raccoon den. Found some awesome prints. I'm looking down a lion, a raccoon. I found prints, huge prints. They were probably 14, 15 inches long. I put my foot down to compare sizes. I could feel there was something there with me, but I was kind of young into the investigation thing. Or just gone out to see what I could see. The Ghost Mountain Road is a cool encounter. Long story short, the story is back in the day when they was putting the railroad through there, they this was probably back in the early 1800s, whenever the railroad started coming on. They had people that lived in these cabins there, and they was putting a straight road 8 miles straight with the railroad, which they never finished. But they I guess back in those days, money was very hard to come by. And I guess somebody decided to go and whack somebody's head off, if I can say that, cut their head off and take their money. And so the story goes is there's a lantern that flashes, and it'll come towards your car, and they say it's the headless man out there with his lantern looking for his head. I did see the lights. It was really cool. It was kind of dusk when I had gone out there, and it's just something, if you're interested in researching it, just read the book. The Ghost Mountain Road in Texas. And
I
the
do
lights,
know about that.
the lights were coming at me and in my car, and back then we didn't have technology like we do today, so we could record it. I had this big old box, my camcorder, trying to record it, and there's a lot of Bigfoot encounters there as well. You just knew that something wasn't right when you was out walking it, because you could read the billboards about the stories there. And I just found it fascinating. And then I traveled to the Trinity River, which wasn't very far from there. And later I'll post my pictures, or I'll give to Mama Bear Claw, my bestie, the pictures to show you what I encountered. And, I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys and let you know I'm sorry I haven't been around. I've got some family things going on right now, and, prayers are always welcome.
Well, I thank you. Hi. And we know and we understand that there's times that we need a break to take care of what is necessary. But we always will have you in our heart, and knowing that the prayers are powerful for everyone.
Thank you.
So
Yes,
we
time
all I'm proud who you are. Never feel that you're alone.
No, I don't.
We all are together in different things. Sometimes they can be unsettled.
And here is my crystal that my bestie made me. And here's my bag. And here's my necklaces. She's always with us. I feel her all the time. She's a very wise woman. She's beautiful inside and out. Her creams, let me show you. I have this one, and I use it faithfully.
That one is for the pain and relief muscles.
And I have this one for the neuropathy and the pain. And, you know, she's just an amazing lady. And I'm blessed to have her in my life every day. And, you know, people who come on here and second guess her, who want to challenge her, don't. She is an amazing lady. And if you got any problems with her, you got to come through me. And I'm sure some of these other ones on our chat, I can't see chat, but you know, I'm sure a lot of us stand together. And, you know, when you got questions, ask, because she's always there to answer. If you don't like what you hear, well, do your homework and go find somebody else. This woman lives by experience. She teaches through her teachings. And she's just my beautiful bestie, and I love her with all my heart.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
hope I'm not offending anyone.
No, you're not. You're not. You speak the truth, what is necessary to be spoken. And we all here understand and care. And that's important.
Very
You know,
important.
it's important to reach out to whoever that needs that comforting or to have the information they need so they don't have confusion.
Right.
And makes the confusion makes the mind go further out than it should. And then the heart starts rapidly beating, and we don't want that.
No. Anxiety and
Yes, it makes the anxiety and the panic attack to come out. And it's better to have our heart at this pace that it needs to be. So,
well, I wish everyone a beautiful day. If you have any questions, you can ask. I just have a Zoom meeting at 2:00 and it's going to last about 30 minutes. So,
I hope you are doing good. You know, I'm always there, always a phone call away.
I love you.
I love
And
you.
everyone in chat, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you stay warm, and many, many, many hugs and prayers and blessings going your way.
Hi, hi. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
I love you all. I love you too, Bessie. I gotta go.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's beautiful. Many researchers, they come in different ways. We research everything together. We share our stories. We share our little memories. Those who that share say that sometimes you're sharing with a person that don't even understand what you are speaking about. What is a Bigfoot? Or what is a dog man? Or the female dog? You know, what is it that's out there that's making these noises? And you know what? We stand together to have the knowledge to understand. Questions are come upon each other, answer if we can. Get to someone that might know maybe more. And I know a lot of my community family here goes to other channels and researchers, and that's fine. I don't have no jealousy. I have no hate. It's that your brain is thinking more how to get that knowledge, and that's fine. That is fine. We're all here trying to fit in. Yes, Blazer, like a puzzle. Everyone is, how can we fit this? If it doesn't fit, it's not the right answer. If it's something that you don't know how to really say, come out and say it. Just, what the heck? I'm not understanding why someone has ugliness with me. For example, I have brought no harm to nobody. You know, that's just how you want. You want to speak, then come out and ask. You know, I do want to say thank you for the ones that noticed my earrings. I made these. I also have a necklace to go with it. You can use it as a necklace or bracelet or ankle, whichever way. I prayed as I was making these. That's me. Every beaded, even on dresses or moccasins, I pray. My husband says, I need these pants. And I'm over there praying and I'm earning his pants. That's just me. Because I want everyone to have peace in their heart, you know, and they say, well, you know, you do so much. I said, yeah, because I was meant to spread the love and bring the comfort in everything. And I thank my beautiful best friend, Jackie, for joining me on the board. See, it's just little things like that. Just to come on here and say hi. I mean, be you. You might be a little nervous. That's okay. You can come on. I'm so and so. I'd be proud to meet you face to face. Everyone has a face. It could be whatever on their channel or their Facebook page, but this is me. This is me. Years ago, I tried to dye my hair, but the grays kept coming out 3 days later. I'm meant to be this way. As my mother had said when I was young, before she passed in 1995, she says, you're going to continue on farther than what I had. Teach those who are willing to understand of the animals or the creatures. They might not understand, but try to give them hope to understand. Now, my godmother, Mama Rainfeather, she would fly wherever I am at. She would also say, don't worry. You are a tough person. She is very, very powerful. I had always challenged her and she would laugh. She says, you know, things in this beautiful world, it takes a human to ruin it. And I'm trying my best I'm trying to correct a human for making a mistake, even if it's a relative. I just want people to love themselves as they walk the journey into Mother Earth. I believe it's very important to be connected to what Mother Earth has roaming around. Even if it's talking about the negativity of an it, I do take the challenges on it. When I did go out to the woods and I would ask, why do you come to harm the humans or my culture? What is it that you need to know? Why do you come and want to mimic the children? Or tell us why. It's important. If you cannot come to me, then I shall. It's just like Mama Rainfeather would tell me, Neopolie, Mr. Polakayan Noshko. If you can stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself, you can stand in front of the evilness, the negativity, and speak. What is it that you want? But you cannot have me, nor my heart or my eyes. You may not have my soul. You may not have my flesh. It belongs to me, and not to you. It's important that we all understand our journey, the purpose that we walk amongst Mother Earth. And I try my best to help others to understand. But those that go and rupture it, destroy it, tends to have sour in their heart. Then they end up being more bitter to themselves and not knowing why. It's okay. You have to understand that many times people keep saying, why? What is so evil that you cannot do? What is it that you are trying to get? And it's sometimes when you feel they are being taken, what was really taken from you? Sanse, Robin, greetings, my love. How are you? Thank you. Yes, I am feeling better. I do appreciate Tara for sending me some things to help with my lungs, and I appreciate that. The gifts that she has sent for me to be able to sleep and breathe. Don't forget to ask John Rossi can send into the envelope this time. One of your friends is behind you. I'm gonna take the background off. Tansei, CP, my lovely little girl. I'm glad you're here. Let's settings. So if anyone wants to come on and can hear and visit on the panel, please, if you want. I was one of my feathers that I made. I still have one left. And she's still good for purchase. And I don't know, since the amethyst, let me show you. Ugh. Just like how Jackie had her neuropathy. It's really what I do with it. So now, and of course, you can see the earrings. Yes, I do wear a lot of turquoise, and I love turquoise. It grounds me, allows me to be who I am with Mother Earth, and I will bring out. There you go. Now do you see? For purchase, they are $45. and I love them. I continue on in the cream. I think I'm going to allow the cream to go for 25 if anyone wants to purchase the neuropathy, and if they want to purchase the muscle cream for pain reliever, I will let that go for 25. I will also like to tell everyone, you know how special you are. And if you go out, enjoy yourself, you know, make sure you are there for a good reason. You know, if you want to talk to the Sapangos, the Bigfoot, they can talk out loud or even talk in your mind because they'll hear you. Yeah, that's where my son got from Arizona, where he got. I told him where in the mountain that he has to claim that area, which is by the Navajo tribe. And he had permission. So it's important that we all, get permission. Um, he works as a wild forestry firefighter, and they might be like desert, but there's still there's many things that's still out there. Many people travel to go and hike up and get hurt. He's there. So would anybody else like to come and join? You're more welcome. Don't feel scared. Don't feel embarrassed. Please do come in. Let me answer this just 1 second, please. Okay. I had a relative that's in Alberta kind of was saying that they were gonna try to have me going. Oh, Dunside Griff, how are you? Would you like to come on the board, community board here? The link is there. Anyone has anything else they want to share on? Gonina se estoy escola. I don't know. Did you see sent down? I can hear the breathing. My husband, he's already said it in here, and I just swept and mopped. I have been thinking. Yes, you can leave your camera off. You can come on and speak, and you can leave your camera off, or put something to cover the camera and you're still on the board and you're speaking. That's fine. I will continue praying for you, Griff. I still have. I have been praying, so if you want to join, that's fine. I love to have you. You don't have to show your face. We have Zoom meetings and sometimes there's no face there, or they'll just put like a sticker or a background, but it's okay. I will, before I close this, I will do a prayer. If you want to come on, you're more welcome. Well, maybe you know. We have something that we need taken in. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, here comes Griff. Let's put him on. Don't say, Griff, how are you?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining.
Here's my dog. You can hear the dog in the back. You can hear the dog in the background. I'm sorry.
Nope, no worries. He wants to speak.
Oh, she does. About everything.
Remember, the dogs do speak and they tell you many things if you pay attention.
Oh, yes. Yes. They speak through their voice and they speak through their eyes.
Yes. Very true. Yes, yes. Thank you for joining.
You're welcome.
And it's good to have you here. Now tell me, have you encountered many things?
I have been in and out of the woods for many years. I grew up first 9 years of my life down along the Chesapeake Bay in Virginia. Dad took me fishing and hanging out in the woods and camping. After that, I lived in Northern California, and we had a lot of fun going up around Lake Berryessa and around the Redwoods. But when I really started getting out of myself was when we moved down to Texas. And I spent a lot of time out in the scrub brush, just kind of like connecting with nature and speaking to the creator. And that's when I have my most one-on-one time. Is when I'm out sitting next to a tree or on a fallen tree or whatever, and just connecting with the creation and the creator. And I've had no visual sightings or encounters, but I've had, when something's there. When if something's telling you don't go down that trail, don't go in this section of woods. Both just out hiking or when I go out hunting. I was telling actually Josh this once a couple of years ago. I was out here in PA up near the Allegheny National Forest, and I went to cross this road, and I get to the edge of the dirt road to go down this section of woods, and it's like I hit a physical wall, but there's absolutely no wall there, and it's just like, you don't want to come down here, go the other way.
Correct.
So of course I listened and I went somewhere else. But I've gone out and I learned. I learned how to do what we called man tracking
Mhm.
because of a job I had in California after I got out of the military and down in the desert in Southern California.
Mhm.
And so that's one of my hobbies when I get out in the woods is I look at tracks. I look and see what's around, who's been there, what's been there. And a lot of people like, well, I'm going out hunting because I need meat or I need this or I just like to go out and do the sport. No, I go out to go hunting. It's not hunting. It's I go out in the nature. If nature wants me to have meat, I'll get meat. If not, I'm just out in the woods. I have fun. But I have a lot of connections where what I get and what I have had the most experience with is knowing people. Like I have like a sense, people call it empathy or empath, where you can read people's emotions without them telling you. You can read if somebody's going through something.
Correct.
Um, I get that a lot. I've actually walked into a room full of people and felt so much emotional pain I've had to turn around and walk out to be able to
Yeah.
deal with it, reset myself to go back into the room.
Correct. Because the energy there is so high.
It was so much energy in that room that it almost knocked me over physically. And so, yeah, I have a lot of experiences that way.
Right.
Um,
While being in the military, you also learn how to pick up certain things from
oh, yeah,
eye vision and sound visions.
yeah.
Um, I thank you for your service, and
Oh,
I
you're
am
welcome.
also proud of my children that have gone in for the this Air Force, Marine, and Army. Um, there was one almost for the Navy, but we decided not to.
Well,
But
no,
yes,
nothing wrong with that.
no,
We
there's
we each have our own path to walk.
yes. Everyone has their individual journeys that has created for them to go through, and many of them have come to understanding that there is a creature out there that military are not letting other soldiers understand. So when they're out there, um, how should I say, um, practicing what their position is to do, many
Yeah.
times, like my grandson in the Marine, he's at 29 Palms, and there is a lot activity there with the its,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he wears his bag, and it's under his shirt. And
When, go ahead. I'm sorry.
when um, now he's a captain, so still growing up, and becoming a captain in 2 years, 3 years now, I believe. He takes his whole crew or whatever, and he tells them, my grandmother makes medicine bags to protect, and I'm proud because these entities here in our mountains, they're not understanding. And one boy, well, still a boy to me, he's a young man that got really ill because he was close to something and he didn't know what it was. And my grandson said he just saw a bigger, shiny figure that passed that guy. And next thing you know, he dropped. So they went to go pull him back. And I said he wasn't overwhelmed or dehydrating because your guys are out there, combat. And he said, no, because I saw it too. It did not come towards my way because I had the people behind me. I said, I understand. But when individuals do go out as yourself and you don't see it, but you hear it or you feel it, correct?
Yes.
Does your mind makes your body shiver to be scared or unsettled when you're out?
I had a variety of physical reactions to it. Everything from being on guard um, to being completely calm with it, completely calm and comfortable. Um, Now, of course, being military and associated with different levels of civil service, the on guard, you start feeling that tingly thing. It's on guard. It's not the shivering, chill, fear thing. If I get a tinge of fear, it's immediately on guard.
Right.
Um, but there's also other times where I feel like when I hit that wall, you don't want to come down in these woods. It was like, okay, thank you, I won't, and move on. Completely calm and at ease with that feeling and that emotion and message that I got.
Right.
I will say this: the desert in Southern California is an interesting place.
It is.
I spent years out there along the Colorado River in the southern desert, running everywhere from Joshua Tree Desert Center over to the King of Arizona Range in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. I know
And
what you're talking about.
yep. And the areas where I had the most uncomfortable feelings were within a couple hundred yards of that river. There's legends and stories about certain areas in that desert down there where they see blue flames popping up out of the ground. I haven't personally observed that, but I've had feelings in there where the people around me were freaking out, saying, "We need to go, we need to go." And of course, I was on guard and in protective mode. And I'm like, okay, everybody start going. I will be the last one out. You just guys keep going, head back to the road, get in your vehicles and go. I will walk out behind you, make sure you get out safe.
Correct.
And so those have been on a few occasions. And the history, I didn't get into the entire history of that desert area down there, but I do know that it was a training ground for the Army Tank Corps prior to World War II. Patton did a lot of training down there with his people, and there's ruins down there of towns that were created and railways down there that were created specifically for moving in and moving out military equipment.
Correct.
There's old tank trails going through that desert, and it's an interesting place to get around, but you definitely have to be
Keep
ready to
guard.
go out in that desert.
Yes. It's very easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for confusing your mind and body. That's why
Yes.
it's important to those who have asked me for protection bags. I tell them if you don't wear it around you, because it has to do like the government. It's like I tell my grandson, the government owns you. but he says, I wear mine and I tuck it. And I said, okay, that's fine. If not, you can put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, some of my brothers here, they want one and want to know if you could pray over them because they get scared and they've been in the service for 10 years. And I said, of course I will. Now, do you wear your bag when you go out?
I do.
Has
I
it
do.
helped? Does it help you to keep you calm?
It does. I keep it close here at the house too, because when things go on, I live in an old town and I live in a house that was built well over 100 years ago. I live within 100 yards of a river,
Mm-hmm.
and a major river that actually comes out through the Seneca Nation up north of me. And I use it to keep calm and keep centered and here in my own neighborhood. I don't even have to go out to the woods to rely on that.
Right. I do remember what I was praying over. It's still, I prayed for protection when you do, but I also did the praying for the healing of recovery from all bad. I know that sometimes when it gets a little nerve-wracking in the neighborhood and you like just don't want all that bad energy. Have you ever wondered any bad spirits coming or good spirits or like the orbs or shadows?
I've been raised in and have a strong foundation in faith, in believing in the Creator, in relying on Jesus and having that relationship with Him. I have had, prior to meeting you and some of my other good friends here, I have had messages while I sleep. I've had, I've known that I've had visitations from spirits around me while I've been working, while just doing different things. And I have things trying to communicate with me even when I'm driving down the highway. And the wife will ask me, well, what are you talking about? And I said, I was just answering a question. She said, I didn't say anything. I said, I know you didn't. It wasn't your question. One that popped in my head. And and
Do
I've
they come?
received warnings.
Uh-huh.
And I will say that sometimes when you wake up from a bad dream, that bad dream's a warning.
Correct.
I've sat straight up out of bed and scared everybody because the only word that came out of my mouth was demon, and they all looked at me as I went and started praying and blessing over the house, because what woke me up was a vision of a demon. And I woke up, started praying, blessing the house, and it worked. The feeling of negativity and bad things went away, and I could go back to sleep. But
It's important to have your home a good environment, a good energy.
yes,
To smudge, I'm gonna think what I'm gonna start doing is make smudge sticks, the instant ones, the little that you can go around like you're waving a wand.
yeah,
I I haven't made those in years, but I'm thinking about remaking some so that way instead of using a smudge stick, you still can do it on this. But for me, I'm always the one to do the smudge or put some sage in a bowl there and go around and, um, smudging around. I do the outside of my home, and then the rancher beyond me he was like looking and I'd be waving and then I'm like waving with the smudge. But it is important to keep it, clean, cleanse in the area. So that way there is no negativity. And it's important to understand that your body can also feel what is good or bad. But I'm glad you're able to understand the visions you get because sometimes they are warnings and sometimes they're a message.
Yeah. And it's like one of my earliest things that I caught on to what was going on is when my grandfather passed. I was working and I felt something move through me. And the only thing I could identify, the only thing I could say, and the only thing I could feel at that time was my grandfather. And I recognized that. And of course, the one or two people I told about it told me I was crazy, but okay, I'll be crazy.
You have to
Um,
understand there are some people that don't understand or they won't
yeah,
because they either fear it or they feel that it's just a bad thing. But there are many different entities that approach people, and you want to make sure you're in a safe environment, even for your family.
yes,
And when you get a message like that, then that's when you need to actually cleanse yourself and cleanse your home so your home can be a safe environment. And I do
if
agree with
if everybody in your house is angry and fussing and fighting, and you can't figure out why, and nobody knows why they're angry, fussing, and fighting, pray and bless your house.
yes, yes. It's very much
And
important.
as a recipient of one of the elders' medicine bags, she has said numerous times that if you feel anxious, upset, and you don't know why, smell your bag.
Mhm.
Do it. If you feel that way, I will tell you, it helps you because I've done it and it's helped me get centered back into calmness and where I can deal with what's going on around me.
Right. Um, Riesel, Richard, I know him as, he says, Griff, you and I have to get together and talk. I hear you, and I'm going through the same thing. He has many things, and I haven't really felt him much, but I will say this. Um, he's still, Rizzo, I wish you were on here. I wish you were on the panel because I have told you many times who is around you and it keeps trying. But you have to smudge. And when you go to certain areas that has very negativity and no beliefs in humans, you've got to smudge yourself. Not a cigarette smudge. It don't work.
No, no.
Let's see. That's because they put the wall up on me. Well, don't be scared. Um, Raise your vibration and it helps those around, like the ripple effect. Yes, you're correct, sweetheart. It's important to always stay ahead and positive and not allowing anything. I can't break free from it. You can, Richard, is that you're not allowing it to. And I told you this before. I believe I told you over a year and a half ago.
Well, no, I have a question for if
Yes,
I can call you, if I can call Weasel Richard. Who's putting the wall up, them or you?
both.
Because sometimes you put it up unknowingly as a defense.
Yes, and I've told him that.
I've done
Um,
it. I've done it to be able to deal with certain people because a lot of people are very negative, and you got to put a wall up to be able to block their energy out.
yeah. Excuse me a second.
Yep.
Oh no, we can continue. I took my background off and I keep privacy for my husband. Um, it's the human does create a wall and sometimes not realize it. And when you build that wall and you're like saying to yourself, no, I didn't, but you have. And that wall will get higher and higher because of whatever you've had dealt with before. And you're not understanding more, but you're getting yourself very unsettled. This is why I say hold your back, smell it, and ask, help me to break down this wall. I mean, if you keep opening your bag wide and see what's in it and then take out the bare root, constantly it's, Josh's clan zapped me and put a wall up. From what I'm feeling, Richard, is that you need to take a bite of that bare root and allow yourself to not bring that wall up. You have to constantly feel strong enough to break that wall.
Here's what I'm getting on this, and if I'm not completely correct, you can fill in or correct me. But if on that wall, yes, take a bite of the bare root, drink some water, find yourself a calm place where you are calm, where you are comfortable and at peace, and work on breaking that wall down. If you're in a stressful place or everybody around you's all stressed out, the energy's all wrong for you to break down that wall.
Correct. He has a visitor that stays close to one of the doorways or the kitchen. And I spoke with him before about this. But he needs to smudge his home still. And he has not done that.
That's an important thing. I've done it. I've done it. Think about it. Think about it this way. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the smudging thing, I've come across this and I've talked with other people about it. Smudging is no different than if, say, you went to a Christian church or another religious place and they burn incense.
Same thing.
They burn incense and put it in that little thing and swing it in certain churches, and that's to do the same thing as smudging your home would do. Some people burn candles, but I think that's a little bit different that way. I don't think it does the same thing, but that could be just my opinion. But
Different people do have their own ways of in prayer I'm not gonna mock or knock it down. Lighting a candle can be peace for someone that's passed or for speedy recovery, because certain religion has the beliefs of that, and that's important, you do that too. But if you feel that you need to break some walls down, then start with yourself.
You always start with yourself,
Mhm.
because if you're not in the right place, nothing else around you is going to be in the right place.
Correct. Correct. You're correct. Richard, if you want to message me, I can help you if you want. You know my number. You know how to get a hold of me.
Is he in the message group?
Yes, yes.
Then point me out. He should see me from the picture on the message group. I'm the same person. I'll get in there. I'll get in there later and point myself out.
I don't think he comes in into my much. Let's see. Let me go back. Um, oops. Let's see. Oh, did I find it? Oh, where'd it go? Okay, Richard. I believe I added you, but I thought you were on here on my group. Can you check? I just sent you another to come on my chat.
They didn't want me to use my ability since I don't know how to use it correctly. Who is they?
Are you talking about?
I was reading his comment in chat.
Yeah, I
They
was
did.
just, yes, they added me now. The
Okay.
Bigfoots. The Bigfoots, they didn't really connect with you because they didn't feel you were serious. But also too, even as much time as you came, it was have you really accept who they are? But it, when you come in into my chat room, we all talk about it. We all talk about prayers to those two.
He's
Go ahead.
talking Josh. He's talking Josh's clan. He's talking about our Josh.
Yes, my son.
Then he's probably not too. I'm not too far from Josh. I'm a couple hours away.
I think he's like 30 minutes from Josh.
Yeah, because I
But
live north of there.
well, this is the reason why I'm trying to figure out them out deeper than what we know of them.
I'd start with just getting to know them first.
You have to. It takes patience and years. You're not going to know a Satanga or a dog man
Oh,
in a month or a week. It takes patience and time over months and years.
Richard, I live an hour north of you. Straight up Route 8.
But I've tried to help him understand, but I mean, I don't force anybody, like I said. But the key word really is patience. It is patience, because if you don't have the trust and the patience, they will mock you. They will throw rocks at you. They'll throw twigs, and this is how it is. So, if you want to get back with me again, Richard, I can try to help you understand what you're not understanding. And let me get some sage, because I want to pray, and I'm going to close up so I can make lunch for my husband. So hold on one second. I know where my little virus. Okay. Soundwave says, I stay in Bigfoot area for years, so pretty certain they know me by now. I want them to know them. Yes. It takes patience, the trust, and knowing the area. That's important. Because if they see how you're walking and feeling Mother Earth, they will see you on a day-to-day basis, and they will understand. And if you you're greeting them with gifts, and they will appreciate you. I've said this many times. If you start something small, that's great. But if you do something that you want to understand that they're always going to be with you, it takes patience, honey. They will follow you home if you allow them. And if you can say, okay, I'm willing to make sure that you are taken care of, or we want to greet them and have them get to know you, you really have to be honest with your heart first and your mindset for them to understand you. And then they can be more of it. Okay, Soundwave. This is what Yvonne says. She says, Soundwave, I am 6 months in with the clan, and they finally walk with me. No vocals, but when I ask them to let me know, and they will clap rock gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many different people say it. I tell them, hand clap, rock clap for distance, food, and maybe, there's knockings. people want to harm the trees, and I understand, you know, as long as you're not doing it constantly on the trees, because they're alive, you know. It's just like how they get the tree to smack you. And that there you go flying. But it's important that we use the clapping, and I've learned this since I was a little girl, you know, and it's important. Same thing when people say the whistle. No, whistle. I can't do it. I have few relatives that do it. Even Robert, uh, Jimmy. You know, they are very important relatives that investigate, and that they do that. They do their wood knocks in 3 clubs, and they walk away from me. It takes much patience in the clear cut. Correct, sweetheart. You're very right. And then your intentions, you know, um, it's where they'll tell you, if, say, you've known these clients. Okay, I've known mine for over 45 years, and they know how you are. If they follow you home, they're going to know how you live at home, or how you are with your own children. Because the satangas are very sacred, and I tell this to everyone. You have to understand, to earn anything with them, you have to be patient with yourself, clear your mind, have your heart be at a settled pace. You're going into their area. It's Mother Earth, but they are very curious as much as we are. But they can read us beyond what we can. If you are willing to understand with them, it takes time. It takes trust. It takes patience. And it takes a lot of knowledge to accept with them. Write it down on the paper, a book, notebook. Have your journal. Don't always keep taking pictures. I'm not taking a picture of you. I'm just taking a video of the scenery. If you pop in, you pop in. And that's how you know. But if you lock eyes with them, full contact, then you've become marked, and that's when they'll know if you're honest enough for them to be honored. Do you understand what I'm saying? Danse Lamberka. Randy, Danse, sweetheart, how are you? Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to smudge in prayer, and if anybody wants any prayers, put the hand prayer or a heart or say yes, so that way I can get this prayer. Oh my goodness. There it goes. Griff, are you still on, or?
I am still here.
Okay.
I am still here. I was actually getting ready to pray for some people in my family right now.
Okay. I will do that here. I have to pray over myself first. You always pray over yourself first before praying for others. Anybody else gonna want me to pray for them?
Oh, you got a list of people here. Are they just saying hello, or they want prayer?
I have one that says yes.
Okay.
Poi siitä ai. Onnan te poi kai nasta kohta vegetarian. En pende kai niin onesto toistoi. Mutta jos sitä nyt jäämme voimme mä ja koi hai. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say the names, but I'm gonna say in my language, and I'm gonna say in my language, then I'll say it in English to everybody. You guys ready? No one ste konai and the point for his next I store. Me the kona. Eto este eme kunoneta e koe nes kuanto e ko. Estoy mi anaya kona te esto and este. I queen me queen it's going. Hai ne ti I ha kai. No kosko tai on toi te este. Yon tai hai. Amen. Thank you. I have prayed for those who have need healing, speed recovery, for those who are going through much unsettledness in the family. I also pray that everyone be kind to yourself. And I said your names where it can be understood. And I pray for patience and the guidance that Creator and Mother Earth allow us. And I thank the Creator and Mother Earth for allowing my family and the community joining me for this time. So many blessings to you all. Griff, I thank you for joining me on the board here and sharing your experience. And it'd be nice to have you again another time.
Sure.
I
Anytime.
also prayed for you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and joining me here.
And if I one thing I didn't say is I've been all over. I've been to Yosemite and up to Lodi and up around the Sacramento, Big Sur, and all that area up there. I love it up there. I love that territory. I had a lot of fun hanging around up there. Wish I had more time to spend in nature when I was up there, but maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future. There's always a possibility. It's how you tend to look at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions for myself or Griff? I truly appreciate everyone coming in. I'd like to say thank you and many blessings. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Griff, again for joining.
You're welcome. I had fun.
Thank you. It was an honor to have you here. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. 35 years in California. Oh, I go up to where the red trees up higher, and I go to Oregon, and I still investigate in certain areas. So thank you, everybody. Much blessings, and please enjoy your afternoon or evening, and have fun today. Remember to be kind to yourself, okay? Richard, get a hold of me if you can, or if you want to talk with Rick, that's good too. Thank you, everybody. And for those who came in late, I'm sorry, but you can always rewatch it. You can enjoy the video. And I do thank everyone for coming on. Many blessings. Hi, hi.